Peace, love, prosperity, family. It's King Enlighten. You already know the motto. Sharpen your awareness, KD intelligence. Above all else, know thyself.
Red crews, hit licks, give me all the work.
Today I want to talk to you about applying street hustle to business. When I was coming up, going through the streets at 15 years old, I was able to form an organization called SGN. And within this organization, I created literature, I created symbols, I created handshakes, I created everything that resolved around planning and structure. See, when you in the streets and you hustling, you don't really plan. Most hustlers don't plan. The only concept and ideal that they have is, hey, I'm finna get up, I'm finna go grind, I'm gonna get this paper. And you got your jack boys, and then you got your hustlers. You got people that's gonna hustle and call themselves hustlers by going out there and take what other people get. Because they know if you a hustler, and you in the streets and you doing dirty, living dirty, well, I can do you dirty and get away with it because you can't call the police. So you have no security. And if you have your homeboys and your guys and you a real hustler and you feel like you solid and you stand on ground, or in these new day and age, you might, be a hustler and doing your thing, claim that you are, a certain type of person where you feel like Allah got you and God got you. But you still cannot escape intense realism, which 50 Cent calls in his book, The 50th Law, which is about fear. But you can take fear and make it work to your advantage. You don't have to have fear work against you. So like I said, today I'm gonna talk to you about street hustle to business, applying street hustle to business. When I was coming up and I was hustling, I was serving Reggie, breaking down quarter pounds, breaking down the zones. I always had everything I had almost anything that you needed because I know what my target market was. I know who my audience was, who my clientele was. So I know who wanted the Nick bags. I know who were the people that always wanted the deals, the 2 for 15s. So what I would do is I would run 2 for 15s only on Fridays and Saturdays. But why would I hustle 2 for 15s on Saturdays? People like, man, bro. Back then they called me BL. Still today I'm still BL Deuces, aka King Enlighten. BL Deuces is my rap name. BL is my initial, so they still call me BL. Some people call me Enlighten. Some people call me Brent. They like, BL, why you giving out deals? You know what I'm saying? You losing profit. You ain't making profit. Whole time, never count another man's pockets. And whole time, you never know who has a plan. See, that's the difference between a street hustler and an actual hustler. Because you can hustle legit. You can have different streams of income. That's a hustling legit far as business. Different streams of income. Street hustle, your different streams of income could be that 1 pound, that 1/4 pound, but broken down to where you got your dime bags, you got your quarters, you got your halves, you got your zips. You see what I'm saying? And you got profit and you got a certain amount of money coming from different products. Or should I say you got different money coming from one product that you broken down to multiple streams of income. You get what I'm saying? So when it comes to this independent grind in the music business, when it comes to entrepreneurship, building yourself up, new clientele, whether you doing hair, doing nails, massage therapist, you selling apparel, it's all about what can I do that I'm good at, and how can I find a group of people that want what I have to give. But see, this is where people go wrong. Most people always are looking for the money, the profit, but you're not giving them nothing. See, it's easy for a person that's a drug addict or a person that's always partying to come to you. They come running to you. And sometimes they might even know you can be just walking outside. You know how this go. You can be pulling up at a gas station. Hey, somebody they got smoke. Hey, somebody that come on now. They don't care who got it. They just trying to get their high. So once you find those people that come to you, then it's like, okay, well, hey, I got me a new source of clientele. But in the business world, they not coming to you like that because they don't know you. And it's not like you have billboards set up. It's not like you have advertisers running on Instagram, Facebook, or it's not like you on platforms that's podcasts or radio stations. You're not in the newspapers. You're not in the magazines. So how do you get that clientele? How do you get new business as an entrepreneur? You got to apply that street hustle. You got to go out there and get it. Now, for those who has never hustled in the streets, I understand you might not get where I'm coming from. So I'm going to do my best to break this down into the simplest terms, okay? But to those who hustle and looking to go legit, or those who had a hustle and now you working 9 to 5 and you looking like, man, I missed that street money, and you feel the temptation. Times are getting hard. You know what I'm saying? Your mom working all day, she's stressing. Or, you know, you live with your grandparents, you know, you bouncing house to house, you living couch to couch. Whatever the case may be, I've been there, done that, lived through it. This is what you do. You find you a plug. Same way in the streets, you'll find you a plug to go cop something, they got the best deal, or they'll front you something, and you can go work and bring the profits back and, you know, get some more stuff fronted to you, or you hustle up some money however way you get it, and then you go cop something, you flip it, and you build and build. What you do in this business world is you get you something that we call a coach, a mentor. You gotta have guidance. Everything that was established to get you further ahead from the position that you in started off with guidance, started off with the source. Same way with spirituality and religion. People always like, I believe in the Most High, the higher power. Well, that's a source. And that source is guiding you, is directing you. Whether you talk to that source, whether you meditate with that source, whether you vibrate with that source, whether you pray to that source, whatever you do to the source, but there is a source to all beginnings. So, and that's how you gotta look at this. When you in the streets, what's your source? You either gonna jack, or you either gonna find a plug, get fronted, and go hustle it up and run up a check. Well, when you an entrepreneur, you have to find you a coach. You have to find a mentor. You got to be humble. I don't like saying be humble, but most people use these words. So I'm speaking in layman terms so most people can understand today, okay? Stay with me. You have to find yourself a coach, a mentor. That's the new plug in entrepreneurship. Someone that's been there, done that, been through the trials and tribulations and can save you time. So you take your street money or you take your job money and you invest in someone with knowledge, wisdom, and understanding that can help you grow and develop yourself in your business. See, it sounds so simple and easy, right? You can get a person that's watching this video to go apply everything I just said, but it will not work for them if they are not open-minded. It will not work for them if they are egotistic. See, you have to lose yourself for a moment. Momentarily, everything has seasons. You have to lose yourself, give yourself up. Like people say, I'm giving myself to God. I don't control nothing. All praise to Allah, all praise to Duha, all praise to Jesus. Whatever you believe in. The point is, you giving yourself away so something else can take place and put you in a better position. So when you come across a coach and a mentor, you have to lose all your old ways. Well, I can't do that. That ain't me. I'm not used to that. Of course you're not used to it. It was a lot of things you weren't used to since birth. You wasn't used to talking. You wasn't used to feeding yourself, clothing yourself, bathing yourself. You wasn't used to walking, running. You wasn't used to none of that. You wasn't used to writing. But you have to have what? You had to have what? Guidance. You had to have parenthood. You have to have board members, basically, what they'll call organizations, but they'll call like the board of education. Everything had members, everything had like the Constitution, everything has something of a body frame of structure that works certain parts. This is how you hustle. This is how you apply the street hustle to business. Again, the street hustler will go grab a big amount of weight and break that down to create different streams of income. But who will he get the weight from? If he did not have the seeds to plant, to grow, and cultivate himself, which still take time, seasons. And then it takes the knowledge, how do you actually grow this plant? You can't just plant it, water it, and put it under the light, boom, now I got me a plant. So the person in the streets had to go get something that can break down and stretch to have profit for himself, because you got to pay back. You got to pay back what you got from if it was fronted. And if it wasn't fronted, you still had to go get some money to go cop it and make something for yourself and double up. So when you in the business world, look at yourself. What idea do I have? What am I passionate about that I can actually take this idea and break it down and stretch it like I would do a pound, a quarter pound, a zip, whatever you can afford to do back in the streets when you were in the streets, or if you're still in the streets. What idea can I take and break down and stretch it? Give you an example, me. I came up with the idea of, you know what, I don't only want to be just a rapper. I need to get in this business. I see Master P talking about how it's important to have them relationships. So I said, all right, well, I don't have the knowledge about business. And when people say, Brent, you got to figure out, you got to go get it. Well, I was a jack boy more than I was a hustler back in the day. So you telling me, hey, go get it. First thing my mind is gonna do is go back to what I would do when someone told me that. Because we are creatures of habit. When I needed it, I would go kick doors. When I needed it, I would go find an easy stain, aka a person that looks sweet, and run them pockets. You see what I'm saying? And then I would take that profit and I'll go cop me some and then, make it work. Then I'll feed it off to my homies, because you can't have people around you not feed. So I put other people in other positions, they go work and they bring back my profit, and I give the profit back to the plug. And then I still have my profit. Only thing is, I never knew how to maintain it because I was so caught up in living this image where I'm appealing to the women, where I'm appealing to, other people that may look like me so I can try to get them on my team. So what I learned is to still build yourself a team, because it's critical. You need it. Like the board members of education, like the different seats that you have in the church, like the different positions that you have in the police department, like the different positions you have within, back in the game banging days. Everything has a position to run an organization, to run a business. So to be in business for yourself, apply that same knowing to what you're growing. Apply the same knowing to your growing, but be open-minded to see the comparison, where you don't have to say, well, I feel like if I do this, I'm not being real. If I feel like if I do this, I'm changing. I ain't never gonna change. I'm gonna stay same, stay true to who I am and myself. Don't lose the morals and standards and the things you believe in, but do gain the things that you do not know. Do gain the things that can put you, and not only you, but your family and your family's family, in a better position in life. That's what we mean. You have to develop yourself. You have to grow. You have to have a growth mindset and not a fixed mindset. When you in the streets, that's all you know. That's called fixed. But when you start to travel, move state to state, doing shows, state to state, going to seminars, events, state to state, going to boys and girls clubs, state to state, joining community centers, state to state, joining certain membership programs, just so you can be around like-minded people and can teach you other things. You all heard the saying, if you're the smartest one in the group, you better find a new group. Because if you're around 9 broke friends, I guarantee you'll be the 10th. And if you're not going to be the 10th, but you got money, well, guess what? Those 9 broke friends are going to depend on you unconsciously. Hey, bro, hook me up. I know you got me. Hey, bro, hook me up. And this is going to get you like, bro, what? Why you always assuming that I got you? And that's how relationships fall out. That's how close friends that you thought was day ones would be with you as you grind to get this money. And people saying, man, you changed, you got money now. Well, I can't speak for everybody. For me, I didn't change because I got money now. I've been having money when my guys was having money, and they didn't have money, I would put them in position to have money. And if they messed up their position if they messed up their position, then guess what? They don't have to look at me like, well, bro ain't never helped me out. It's bro fault. You can't blame me. You can't blame another man that gave you a hand of your own. See, you can't blame a man that gave you a hand of your own. You have to learn how to move, you know what I'm saying? Don't let the right hand know what the left hand is doing. So once I give you something, make that work for you. But if you come back to me, don't look for a handout, but you can look for a heads up. I'll give a brother a heads up on anything. Hey bro, watch out. Hey bro, check this out. Hey bro, if you do this a little bit different, this is how you can benefit and profit yourself. You see what I'm saying? So the way you apply the street hustle to the business world is same thing. Streets, you find you something and you break it down and you stretch it. Business, you get an idea and you stretch it. So the idea that I began to stretch was the idea of evolving. Because after I got shot and went through so many things, the only focus became was, how can I get out of this? And once you start asking yourself the right questions, then blessings start revealing themselves. I'm gonna say that again. Once you start asking yourself the right questions, blessings start to reveal themselves. So I came up with the whole concept of the art of evolving. It started off as the idea of a book. And you know what? I was like, man, most people don't like reading books. The people that I want to reach, they'll listen to music, or they'll watch music videos, or they'll watch a movie. So you know what? I said, bet. A lot of people don't know who I am anyway. So when they look at me like evolving from what? Especially if I'm working a 9 to 5 and they see me, around them, because we creatures of habit. We judgmental. So we gonna think, that's all we have. Not knowing what I do on the side. Because you haven't asked. But I told myself, I'm gonna take this idea and I'm gonna put it into a documentary. All my old footage up till today and my new thoughts. You might as well consider me a new thought leader. I put all this together and I created a documentary called The Art of Evolving documentary. So now what do you get? You get music of mine within this movie, this documentary. So you know now that, this brother's not just a speaker, he a rapper. Pretty dope. Then you see me speaking on stage with Les Brown. Then you see me at conferences. Now you see me getting interviews. Like, dang, this person don't just rap. He actually speak too. Like, he spoke in front of a whole audience. He controlled the audience. He's seeing hands raised. Dang, this man really is evolving. And then at the end, you hear me talking about my two businesses I run, CBG and Enlightenment. And then you have Enlighten Strategic. Enlighten Strategic is a coaching and consulting company. The CBG Enlightenment is an entertainment company. See, it's not science, man. But then again, it is. When you want to talk things such as supreme mathematics and numerology, life paths, and just give you a little bit. I don't want to go too far into that, but yeah, it's really not that much of work. It's really all about consistency, discipline, openness, and willingness to learn. You know what I'm saying? You have to learn. And in the word learn, look at it. Because people feel like if they invest their money and they lose it, that they fail. They don't want to do it again. They start having a scarcity mentality. Back to fixed. I'm fixed on that one experience or that second or third experience that I failed, that, hey, I'm not doing it again. I lost. I took an L. I'm not taking no more L's. But that's how you learn. The L is lessons. It's learning. And when you start to go through the lessons and you start to learn, then when you take L's, you understand, now you be able to earn. See? You see how learn becomes earn? You drop the L and becomes EARN only, earn. Because all the lessons you've been through, all the things that you can apply to your life. And that's what I mean by applying the street hustle to business. You apply everything that you did in the streets as far as the losses, the lessons, and then you look at the business world like, dang, well, how can I transition that mindset of no fear, not giving a fuck, and apply it to my business where like, hey, I'm going to make this work. No matter how many L's I take, I'm going to grow this business. You know you've seen profit over here. You know you can see profit doing, working at, not profit, but you can see money coming from your job. So you have plenty of options. You got your street stuff, you have your jobs, you have your corporate, you have your entrepreneurship. But if you really want to make the transition from the job world, you want to make your transition from the streets, the first thing you have to do is come up with an idea. First the inner, then the outer. And once you get that idea, treat it like a brick. Treat it like a pound. Break it down, stretch it. And then once you start to get your profits from all that breaking down, stretch it, now start to think B2B, what they call business to business. Think like, how can I package myself and ship off a whole order? Now you ain't got to worry about selling the nicks, the dimes, the eighths, the halves, and the zones. Now you thinking about like, I'm trying to get this whole brick off. I'm finna cop me a brick for this, and I'm finna sell it for this. I'm finna cop me a pound, and I'm gonna get it for this, and I'm gonna sell it for this. See, now you start thinking of more numbers because you done went through them stages. You done went through the lessons of like, dang, okay, I know how much money I can make off this. I know what the season's like when it's slow. I know that same thing with real estate market when it has up and downs. Like, I know when the market's buzzing like this. Oh, I know when the music business is taking off. I know it's time to pull back or it's time to create something like this. It's all about having an idea and you stretch it. So when I came up with The Art of Evolving, I turned it into a documentary. And from the documentary, people was like, man, you should have put an audio book. Oh, that's coming. Don't let the left hand know what the right hand is doing. What they suggested, not knowing, I already had that in mind. Because I know some people want to watch, some people are listeners. Some people watch, some people listen, some people want things to apply. So now I give you an audio book. Then what? I also give you a daily devotional, something to get your mind right. Because remember, everything starts from above, as above, so below. first in, then without. Everything that I do is all about mental perseverance, growth and development from the inside out. Really having an understanding, not an understanding, because you don't want to be under anything. And that's why most of us from the street life don't go to a job, because we don't like being under no boss. We don't like being under management. We don't like being told what to do. So go within and have an understanding on how you can make your own gifts that God, the source, has blessed you with, and make them gifts become things that you give that will reciprocate itself and turn into profit. So The Art of Evolving, it's my documentary. You can check it out at www.artofelvolving.com. The DVD is $30, and then you got the online video, which is $20. Then you have the trailer on YouTube that you can watch to get a understanding on how this would benefit you and impact your life and change your life. That's why it's called The Art of Evolving, reshaping your reality. Because you can manifest everything you want. That's another book that's coming. Soon. I will teach you how to manifest things. I will speak a little bit more in depth of numerology, life paths, which is the same thing. And then I will speak a little more into supreme mathematics. I'll dip and dab into the Bible, certain verses that you can see how everything coincides with each other. Nothing is new under the sun. Nothing is new under the sun. But we get so caught up into these worldly things and what people doing that we really don't know, like, damn, how powerful am I? And you discover your power and your creativity. And your creativity comes from your secrecy, your silence. Find yourself. Go into a place where you can be alone with yourself. And then just free thought. It's like a freestyle. You know what I'm saying? Just letting your thoughts roam. And once you start letting your thoughts roam and you're not trying to force nothing to jump to something so soon, you start to notice that you are nothing but the observer of these thoughts. You are not your thoughts. So once you understand that once you have an understanding that you are not your thoughts, but you are the observer of your thoughts, you learn and discover how powerful you are and how you can really direct your thoughts to anything that you want to bring upon in your life, whether that's relationships, better spirituality, love, finances. It's all for you to take. As above, so below. Again, this is King Enlighten. If you're living, you're winning. Grind with ambition. If you have any more questions, email me at cbgenlightenment@gmail.com or email me at kecourses@gmail.com. Peace, love, prosperity, family. Sharpen your awareness. Katie. I grew up with one father and a mother that was a drug addict. Still today, she a full functional drug addict. But all my life, I seen her in and out of jail. Now my pop's 80 years old. I'm 26, and he bed bound. You know what I'm saying? And I got to do what I got to do to make sure everything's together for the family. Because ain't nobody else gonna do it. And he was always there for me as a male father figure. But it's certain tools and mindsets that he didn't install in me. The streets installed that into me. This right here is the process, y'all. Y'all really follow y'all dreams. You invest whatever the dollar amount is. You don't do it, wait and rely on a manufacturing or production company. You go out there and get the materials you need, and you do what you can with what you have, where you at. I don't care how much money you making. I don't care about what your circumstances look like. You have to do the research, do your homework, find out what it takes. No excuses. Start your own office today. Start burning your own copies. Then you gotta go to a manufacturing company. You can do it all from your laptop. It's that laptop life, entrepreneur life, y'all. Grind hard. It's King Enlighten. Peace, love, prosperity. Sharpen your awareness. Katie Intelligence. Cheer!